Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all for today's Saturday class. So today we will speak or rather discuss on the topic of essence of Bhagavad Gita. So when we come first time or when anyone comes first time to ISKCON, we normally have a program called Journey of Self-Discovery, which summarizes the entire Gita in those 5 sessions. A lot of you all have already gone through it. Some of you all have gone halfway through it. So what we thought is for this coming 3 Saturdays, that is today, next Saturday and Saturday after that, for this whole month, we will conduct this series in a very compressed way, taking only those points which are essential for us to understand Bhagavad Gita, for us to understand the entire bhakti process. What is that we are doing? What is that we are aspiring to do? Every Saturday we are coming over here, we are chanting, some of you all are chanting, some of you all are reading Bhagavad Gita. What is that we are trying to get out of it? Is it only knowledge? Is it that we want to read Gita just to understand, just to know what is there in Gita? Or is it to apply something in our life? Right? So all these things is what we are going to discuss in these 3 sessions. So today's session is going to be finding the goal. Right? And all these 3 sessions, what we are going to discuss, all these 3 Saturdays, are going to be based totally on Bhagavad Gita. Can you get me one Bhagavad Gita from there? So we will recite some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. I presume that every one of you all at least have one Bhagavad Gita at home. Why I said at least one? Because ideally everyone should have one copy of your own. Just like everyone has their own phones, right? Everyone has their own phones, right? Everyone, even small children nowadays have, right? So everyone should have their own copy of Gita, so that you can mark in it. You can write what you understood when you read a purport, and this copy of yours remain with you forever, for your whole life, so that any time you can refer back to it. It is not a one-time activity, right? So when we discuss about goals in life, so suppose before we start even with goals, suppose one fine day someone takes you to a big building, a big office. Yeah, done. Everyone is done. You can close the door. They all are watching. You're expecting some television inside. We are used to that. Some television somewhere. It's a simple story. Someone is working over it. You will not find much. They have told him not to work. That's it. Okay. So suppose someone takes us to a big building one day, just out of blue, and tells that from today onwards you are the boss of this building, and they make you sit in a big cabin, huge, with lot of things inside. There's a big table where you will be sitting every day. There are phones and there are other gadgets. There are so many people coming, outside your cabin. There are so many people sitting, and they give you a very big salary, fat salary, lot of facility. There is a driver to drive you home. There are so many things. But they are not telling you anything. You are just going there every day. You are the boss. Okay, you are going there every day. You are sitting from morning 9 to evening 5. You are going home. Next day the same thing. Next day no one is coming to you. You are just sitting over there. Food is coming to you. Everything. No one is asking you anything. Everything is going nicely. So if something happens to us like this, and a big salary is also coming to you at the end of the month. If something like this happens to us, if we are intelligent enough, that time we will ask that this all is happening. If they are giving me so much, then what they expect out of me, right? Any intelligent person will think, why they are giving me so many things, and what is they want out of me? One day you will catch hold that person who got you there, and you will ask, why you tell me what is my work, what is my job, what is my goal, what is my job description, JD, मुझे करना क्या है, what I have to do here, right? If someone is not thoughtful, he will say what? Let them tell when they want to tell me. Till that time, I will enjoy, right? So there are two type of people. One person who will always think that if they are giving me so much, then they expect me to do something, some purpose. The word purpose, hetu, some purpose will be there because of which they have got me here, and they are giving me all this facility. But one who is absent-minded, who is dull, who just don't want to think, he will say what? Let me enjoy till they tell me. बात का बाद में देखेंगे. अभी let me enjoy, right? So in our life also, it's the same story. This when we leave, there are so many facilities we get in this world. There are so many things we get. Some people get some better facilities, some people get lesser facilities, some people are intelligent, some people are very artistic, some people are born musicians, some people are born leaders. Everyone have different abilities and talents. And all these are facility given to us by God. If we just go on with it, living our life, like there is very nice shloka. We will recite a lot of shlokas today. There is one shloka which comes in Mahabharata. It starts with Ahara Nindra Bhayamaithunam cha Samanya Pashubhi Naranam Dharmo Hindesham Adhiko Vishesho Dharmena Hina Pashubhi Samana. Mahabharata starts by saying what is the difference between man and animal. Don't act like a donkey. You're a donkey. Why we call him a donkey? Or we call him by some other animal's name, right? Because animals are supposed to be inferior with respect to thinking ability than humans, right? So this shloka from Mahabharata, you can recite it. Ahara Nindra Bhayamaithunam cha Samanya Pashubhi Naranam Dharmo Hitesham Adhiko Vishesho Dharmena Hina Pashubhi Samanam. What Mahabharata says is Ahar. Ahar means eating. Ahar Nidra. Nidra means sleeping. Bhaya. Bhaya means defending. Maithunam. Maithunam means enjoying sex life. These four things are common between man and animal. If you think a little bit, Bhagavad Gita is a book which makes us think. It makes us think. You know, some students are there, first standard they go, second standard, third standard, सोचना नहीं पड़ता है, fourth standard, fifth standard, कुछ सोचना नहीं पड़ता है, sixth standard, seventh standard, कुछ सोचना नहीं पड़ता है, eighth standard, ninth standard में आने के बाद थोड़ा सोचना चालू करते हैं, आगे क्या करना है 10वीं के बाद, और जब 10वीं में घुसते हैं तो पूरा घर हिल जाता है, सब लोग सबको पूछते हैं, बाबू किधर करते हो, साइंस क्यों नहीं लगा, आर्ट्स क्यों नहीं, कॉमर्स आने के लिए, my God, those 2 years in that house is like terror, all the students they know. Right? Because it makes you think अभी आगे क्या करना है 10 साल तो निकाल दिया ABCD हो गया पावर लेक्चर हो गया सब हो गया अभी आगे करना क्या है because that will decide what you will become. Sometimes in life we stop thinking. मैं लगता है जैसे चल रहा है चलने दो रिटायरमेंट तक देखेंगे रिटायरमेंट के बाद सोचेंगे 56 के बाद क्या करना है लाइफ का तब तक पैसे कमाते रहो नाम कमाते रहो. Bhagavad Gita is not like that. Bhagavad Gita can be read even by small children. And Bhagavad Gita, right from start, it starts agitating your mind. The goal of Bhagavad Gita is to increase our consciousness, give us higher goals, not make us sit only in first standard, go to second standard, 10th standard, graduation, post-graduation, in bhakti. That is the goal of Bhagavad Gita. So here in Mahabharata, this shloka, Ahara Nindra, Bhayamaithunam cha, it's common between man and animals. Animals also are doing, we also are doing, we are doing in a very nice AC, nice posh locality, they are doing it on the road. That's the only difference. Mahabharata is saying that is the difference, that is the commonality between us. But the difference is that humans have the ability to think. Humans have the ability to question. Why am I suffering? Why am I going through these problems? If everything is okay also, how long is going to remain okay? I cannot have anything permanently. If you're very hungry, okay, imagine the day when you were very hungry and some very sumptuous, very nice, preparation is there in front of you, very nice lunch. You feel, wow, this is life. Who is saying, wow, Bhagavad Gita is saying it's dukhalaya mashashuka. This is life, enjoy it. And then you start eating it. And after 2-3 minutes, even it's half over, but then your appetite is full. You don't have the same inclination when you have the first morsel. Right? Theory of economics, an economic teacher is there, then she will relate to it. As we keep eating it, as the consumption goes on increasing, the satisfaction becomes flat after some time. That means any material things of this world will give us satisfaction only till one point. After that, अभी पुराना हो गया भाई, अभी कुछ नया, इसलिए 15 आईफोन 15 16 आते रह रहे हैं, उसको भी पता है कुछ नया लेना है इनको, नहीं तो ये लोग थक जाएंगे. So anything of this material world, it makes us saturated. It doesn't keep us क्या बोलते हैं ब्रह्मानंदी, or that anand doesn't remain for long. So that's why this shloka says that the difference between humans and animals is that humans question, we question, we think, and we have to use this ability what is given by God to us in a very nice way, right? We always think for our children, if we study well, he'll become a doctor or an engineer or an architect, or he'll be happy in his life. But we stop thinking for ourselves, what is that I should be doing spiritually? Materially, yes, whatever, what is enough, even that's enough. Spiritually what? ऐसे रहना है या फिर और कुछ समझना है. So this shloka, when Mahabharat, Mahabharat के starting में it is there, it is the start of Mahabharat, wherein it speaks about what is the goal of human life, and then there are a lot of other things, but what we want to focus over here today is what should be the goal of our life. If I ask just what should be the goal of our life, any answers? What should be the goal of our life? Anything? Kida is a goal of life, not today or tomorrow, full life. What is the goal of our life currently? You can say anything. There is no right or wrong answer. No? Goal of life can be a good salary. It can be a good job. It can be a good husband, good wife. Goal of life can be going from 2 BHK to 3 BHK to a villa. Goal of life can be going for a vacation from Lonavala to maybe London. Goal of life can be buying a Mercedes car from current Maruti 800. So many goals of life. But all this, behind all these goals, what we have put for ourselves, if you think a little bit, our goal is to become happy. You think about it. You do anything in life, your goal is becoming happy. It may be eating something, buying something, or even talking badly to something, or even talking nicely to someone. Ultimately, we want to become happy. That feeling of happiness is what we are aspiring for. Right? Think about it. And that's why, like, if you don't feel like going to some place because those people are very critical of you, they always say something bad, you will never go. Why? Because that doesn't make you happy. Think about it. Goal of our life is to become happy, and it is absolutely fine, and that is what Shastras also say. We have to be happy because that's the nature of soul. Sat Chit Ananda. We have to experience that happiness. But Bhagavad Gita says, what is that happiness that we want to experience? And the happiness of this world, as we described, Krishna has stamped it with two things. One is it is Ashashvatam. Ashashvatam means it will not remain forever. And it's Dukhalaya. Dukhalaya means any source of happiness in this material world will ultimately give you misery. Think about it. Now you will say, Prabhuji, that's okay. At least 2 minutes के लिए तो मिलता है ना happiness. I'm okay with that. That's okay. If our goal is only that much, then Krishna says, okay, fine, Baba, stay there. I'll keep coming. I'll keep sending my gurus. I'll keep sending you gurus, messenger, son of God, messenger of God. I'll keep sending you. Whenever you get time, come back. So Bhagavad Gita is for Aryans. Who are Aryans? Aryans are those who want to expand their knowledge, who want to not get satisfied with something basic, not Aam Aadmi Party, not like, just like some. We are not part of crowd, we are different. And that is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. We have to aspire for something very, very high, by staying in the Grahastha ashram. We don't have to take sannyas. We don't have to leave everything. That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us, right? So it teaches us to expand our horizon, understand. Because if we do something blindly, it will not remain for long. When you get conviction when you totally believe in something. And belief combined knowledge. So that's why we say read Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavatam, keep hearing Harikatha, gain knowledge about something, then your faith will become strong. Then you will realize it will come from inside. Otherwise it is just superficial. Everyone is going to temple, so I also will go to temple. Let me see what is there. Right? So here our goal that we have to become happy. But if you see most of the time, what is happiness for us? For us, happiness is the gap or the time between two miseries. So हम किसी को पूछते how are you? I'm okay, I'm good. Good means what? Good means there is no problem. So when there is no problem, we feel it is happiness. Oh, boss का phone नहीं आया, सब perfectly चल रहा है, और बाकी के जो भी issues है वो नहीं आए. It's a good day. So unfortunately, we are being accustomed to live a life in which we don't experience ananda. We only experience absence of misery. Think about it. We don't experience ananda. We experience absence of misery. कुछ problem नहीं है तो दिन अच्छा है. But anand is something very high. Not like this. If you see small children, they are always happy. We don't experience that ananda after some time, right? So that ananda is actually getting pleasure in something, not absence of misery. So most of our time is going in what? Reducing the miseries. Correct? Reducing the problem. Why we work? So that we get money, so that problems are not there, we get food, clothing, shelter, all the basic things are met. That's why we keep working to navigate the problems. So those problems, to negate the problems, so those problems doesn't come to us. So okay, that is also fine. So Bhagavad Gita also speaks about that. And then Bhagavad Gita speaks what is the real problem. Right? So if I say what are the problems of life, anyone can tell any problems of life? What are the problems that we have in our life or what we face? Any problem? Both these things. Oh, you are very, no problem, people are very good. Right? So someone will say poverty is a problem. You don't get enough money. I wanted to buy this something. I'm not getting money. That's a problem. Yes, accept it. It's a problem. I'm not getting admission in this particular college. It's a problem. Yes. I'm not getting this type of match. It's a problem. Yes. I'm not getting house in this locality. It's a problem. Yes. But Bhagavad Gita goes to a very next level of agitating our consciousness, and it speaks about real problems of life. As per Bhagavad Gita, the real problems of life are those which no one wants, but everyone gets it. No one wants those problems, but everyone gets those problems. Real problems of life, what Bhagavad Gita says is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Janma means birth is a big problem. We'll discuss how. Mrityu, everyone knows. Anyone wants to die? No one wants to die. Janma, Mrityu, Jara. Jara means old age. We don't want to become old. We want to remain young. Jara, and Vyadhi means disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Birth, old age, death and disease. These four things are the actual problem of life. And Bhagavad Gita says, if you really want to solve something, solve these four problems of life. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. No more Janma, no more Mrityu, no more disease, no more death. We should be aspiring to solve this problem. The other problems, it will naturally be solved. Right? And along with these four problems, there are more three other problems, what Bhagavad Gita says. It is problem because of other living entities, problem because of my own self, my mind, and third, problem because of natural disturbances like earthquakes and other things. So these 7 things are there in this material world, which are actually the cause of problem for us, and which is what we should surpass. And Bhagavad Gita speaks about that, how to surpass them. Today's session, there will be a lot of such discussion. All these things we discuss in those first 3 sessions of journey of self-discovery, which is around 4.5 hours all put together. Those audios are still there. If you want to hear, I will share once again. But I thought we will revise all those things, then we go to the next level in the next session. So when Bhagavad Gita says that these are the real problems of life, then you will say, okay, these are the problems of life, then let me go to a solution. What is the solution for it? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, this world I have designed as Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. It is the world of misery. Abhi kaun bol rahe hain? Krishna. Krishna made this world and he is saying, I made this world miserable. Don't expect you will get something good. See, when there is a sugar in front of you, and what is there in your mind? If I eat sugar, what I will get? It will be sweet. Suppose there is salt in front of you. You know, if you eat, it's going to be salty. So if you know something, its taste, before you eat it, it makes you mentally ready for it. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it's there. This world is Dukhalaya Ashashvatam. So when dukkha comes to us, we should not be surprised. When dukkha comes to us, we should not be so negative or walk down about it. You say, there's a saying, if you are there in the swimming pool, you will get wet. You can't remain dry. That's a fact of life. As I discussed last time also, sometimes you will accept the fact of life. Life becomes a little easy. We can cope with it. Otherwise, you get surprised. Oh God, what I did? What wrong I did because of which you have given me this? God said, I didn't give anything. This place is like that only. You will get this only. There's nothing. You came here, that was your decision. After this, what you get is not in your hand, my hand. It is the nature of this place. And Krishna says that we will not get happiness in this world because we are searching for happiness in wrong place. Come on, what wrong place? Should I go out of Margao? Should I go where? Should I go to Vasco, Panjim or Kashmir? It's very cold now, it's so hot nowadays. Where should I go? Where I will get happiness? This is the wrong place. Krishna says this whole world, not this world, the entire creation what Krishna has done is the place of misery. Krishna says, A Brahma, Bhuvanar Loka, Punar Avirtana Arjuna, Mam Upanteya Tu Panteya, Punar Janmana Vidyate. It's there, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Brahma, right from Brahma Lok. So we are in earthly planets. Above us there are 7 more planetary systems. Swarga Lok, Mahar Lok, Jana Lok, Brahma Lok. And below us there are 6 more planetary systems, which is Patal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, down. As you go down, the quality of life goes down. As you go up, you become better. Krishna says, right from Brahma till Patal, everything is a place of misery. It's not that I go to Swarg. Some people say that you kill these people, you will go to Swarg. There are some people waiting for you. It's even more. Of course, there are situation is better over there, but there also it's a place of misery. But Krishna says, if you come to my loka, then there is no Punerjanma. There is no misery. Everything will remain eternally. It will not change. So what is Krishna's loka? Krishna's loka is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means where there is no misery. Kuntha means misery. Vaikuntha means without misery. This earthly planet or this material creation is called Kuntha. And Krishna's world, Goloka Vrindavan, is called Vaikuntha. And Krishna through Bhagavatam and other scriptures is again and again telling us that you should be coming over there. Bhagavatam again goes very detailed in describing how one point of time we all were with Krishna in the spiritual world, doing whatever services. Someone was Gopa, someone was Gopi, someone was a butterfly, someone was something else, someone was serving Krishna in paternal rasas, so many different rasas are there. One fine day we said, Krishna, why? And in Goloka Vrindavan, everyone is worshipping Krishna. Krishna is the hero, he is the center of attraction. Everyone is worshipping Krishna. One day we felt, as a spirit soul, that why Krishna only you have been worshipped? Why they are not worshipping me? We got that element of envy against Krishna. Krishna was bring God. Right? That's why we feel, that's what we discussed last time. Envy is something which will leave us the last. Because of that envy, we came here. So it is natural to become envious, but we should understand that I am getting envious. and I used to hold myself back. That's what we discussed 2 Fridays back. So when we got envious of Krishna, Krishna said, well, here it's going to remain like this only. But if you want to have your existence separate from me, then you can't do it here. I will give you a separate loka. So Krishna made material world. This whole 14 planetary system Krishna made only for one purpose. For the rebellious soul to go out from the general. If someone does a crime, what we do? We remove him and put him in. This is jail. Jail without bars. No, there are no chains. There are no chains attached to us, which are at least visibly not attached. But there are 3 modes which are attached to us, because of which we are suffering always. So then Krishna made this material world for us, and we came over here. And Krishna said, what? Now you go and try to enjoy. So the example is given just like a small girl who is watching her mother cooking in the kitchen. And then what she says, Mummy, I also will cook with you. What Mummy says, Baba, don't come here. I am working with fire, it will burn your hand. She says, no, Mummy, I want to do something. So then what Mummy does? She gets a toy kitchen set. You remember those toy kitchen sets? How many of you have played with that? I played. Prabhuji didn't play. So we used to have a toy kitchen set. Gas होता था, steel का, cylinder, fridge, बहुत कुछ होता था ना, बर्तन होते थे, हाँ ऐसे करते थे हम लोग. और उसमें खाना कैसे पकाते थे? पेपर, पत्ते, वो सब डाल के ऐसे बनाते थे. So mother said, okay, what to do now? She is cooking and she gets so much engrossed in it, she even forgets to come to eat. And 1 hour, 2 hours, she's just cooking. She's feeding, and then she's doing everything what exactly as Mummy is doing. Right? After some time, and Mummy is observing. Mummy is not leaving her alone. She's observing. Okay, fine, she's doing. Then she's going and doing her work, which she's still doing. After some time, what happens? The child feels bhook lag gaya. So then Mummy says, oh, you are hungry. Why don't you eat what you have cooked? She can eat those papers. She can eat those leaves. She said, what, Mummy? How I eat this? I'm just playing. I can't eat. This is not reduce my hunger. Then she comes inside and eats the real food. Right? Same thing with us. We wanted to become Krishna. It's a fact. That's why we all are here. And then Krishna made a separate world for us, this material world. And he came with us just like that mother. He gave her the toy set and he didn't leave alone. He came as Paramatma. So we have soul in our heart over here, and just next to the soul there is Paramatma. इसलिए कभी जब रॉन्ग करने जाते हैं धड़क करके जैसे आवाज आती है ना, ऐसा करो ना करो, वो परमात्मा है. बट कुछ लोगों का वो दूसरा आवाज इतना बड़ा हो गया, वो परमात्मा का आवाज दब जाता है और हमेशा रॉन्ग ही करते हैं. Right? So of course we'll speak about it some other time. So Paramatma comes with us in that form, and he's observing us. And again, he's sending scriptures, he's sending gurus, he's sending his sons. He's coming sometimes. Mummy is coming. Come, I have made parathas for you. No, Mummy, I'm still, my cooking is still not over. Come, I have made pizza for you, Mummy is saying. Daughter is saying, no, I'm still, that paper, it is not boiling, it is still there only. So Lord is coming in so many forms just to attract us back. But we are still engaged in our cooking. Right? It's the same thing. And that's why it is said, Krishna, when he comes over here, he comes only for one purpose, to attract us back to him. He took so many forms. He came as Narsingadev. The next month, after 2 weeks, we are going to celebrate Narsingh Jayanti. He came as Narsingadev. He came as Vamandev. So many different forms he took just so that we get attracted towards him. No other reason. Right? But we get stuck in this material world. So here, Krishna tells what is that Vaikuntha. Brahma bhuvanara loka punaravirtana arjuna mahamupandeya pandeya punarjanmana vidyate. And then Krishna tells about how the spiritual world looks like. So we'll repeat this. Natad bhasate suryo na shashanka na pavaka yad gatva na nivardante tad dhama paramam mama. Krishna says, Natad bhasate suryo na shashankana pavaka. My spiritual world is not powered by light, energy, fire, or by sun or by moon. And if you once you reach there, you will not come back to this material world. Somewhere in Bhagavad Gita, he gives glimpse about what is the spiritual world. Right? And then further to that, So further to that, Krishna again tells us that we have to come back to the spiritual world. So that is what we call as going back to Godhead. So just like that child is engrossed in the play, we also get engrossed in our life. That's why we have to remove time out for spirituality. That's why we have to sit and read Gita. We have to really think, get this knowledge, go deep in it, and then accordingly act. Bhagavad Gita doesn't say that we should leave everything and become a sannyasi. Bhagavad Gita says, whichever ashram we are grahastha, vanaprastha, brahmachari or sannyasi, whichever ashram we are, from there we have to start our process of connecting to God, connecting to Krishna. Right? We all know Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but here there are references given that what is the definition of God? Because in India we have so many gods. You just have a tree, it was all fine. One day someone puts a red sindoor to it. After 2 days you see a shade on it. After 3 days there is a har, garland coming to it. Then some agarbattis. Then you see 4 people standing. Then after 1 month you see a big line only of people over there. And you realize, my God, one more God came up in my locality. There's nothing wrong. That is people's sentiments. That's okay. Everyone has their own sentiments. There's nothing wrong about it. But then we also start thinking and losing our own faith. This is the you sometimes this place I used to just sit over there, I used to pass urine over there, now they are worshipping that place. It's a fact, and that is why people lose faith. And this happens because we ourselves don't have knowledge about God. Again, Shastras are talking so loudly what is the definition of God. So if someone says I am God, which anyone says nowadays, everyone comes and says that he is God, and then he shows some jadoo, magic trick, and people get fooled. Parashar Muni, who was the father of Vyasadeva, he gave the definition of God. What is the definition of God? Definition of God is, in Sanskrit, he is called Bhagavan. Bhagavan means one who possesses. Van means possessor. Bhagavan. What are other ones? Balwan and Buddhivan and all that. So Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulence. Who is possessing the 6 opulences. Parashar Muni has defined 6 opulences which anyone should possess. You should be all the 6 opulences are strength, fame, knowledge, power, renunciation, and riches, wealth. So if someone possesses all of this in full, all of this in full, then he can be considered as Bhagavan. Also, he should be all controlling, all knowing, omnipotent, present everywhere. There is one test also Shastras give that if someone says that he is Bhagavan, then we have to ask him 3 questions. First question is, his appearance should be written somewhere in the Shastras that so and so person, Shailesh, will come as Bhagavan. He will be in Margao, born in this place, these parents, and he will be doing this, going to Crompton Greaves for working. He will be Bhagavan. Then we can consider his Bhagavan. If these references are not there in Shastras, simple, straight answer. It's a fact. When you get knowledge, you can deal with things. Second requirement is, he should be able to show Vishwarup Darshan, what Krishna showed to Arjuna. You know what is Vishwarup Darshan? Huge form, Virat form of the Lord, and there are thousands of mouths, different types of mouth. There is Vama, there is tiger, there is lion, and all different. Means you get scared only. You should be able to show that. Right? Sometimes they say that, oh, I can show that, but you can't see it. Then you have to tell them, you give me the vision to see it, then I'll believe you are Bhagavan. Otherwise, jao bhai jao, ho gaya, nahi milega. The third thing is, you should be doing some superhuman activities. If someone does this, then is Bhagavan. Bhagavan, whom we have to worship, oh Almighty. Otherwise, he might be just a saintly man, or he might be just a good person, or someone who can speak a little good, or who can do some jadoo, some magic tricks. Only that much. We can appreciate him, clap for him, learn some 2-3 things from him, and leave. We cannot treat him as Bhagavan, right? So whenever his knowledge is clear about something, then we can deal with things, not otherwise. That's why we should read, that's why we should hear, right? And this definition of Bhagavan, later Parashar Muni explains that how Krishna fits into this definition of Bhagavan. His appearances, his activities, his references in Shastras are full of it. There is a Shastra called Bhavishya Puran, in which the appearance of Kalki is also given. The name of the village where he is going to come, who will be his parents after 4,32,000 years, everything is given. So he is Bhagavan. It's all given, written. ऐसा कोई भी आके खड़ा होके तुम्हारे घर में दरवाजा पर डोर बेल बजाएगा, मैं भगवान हूँ, बोला जाओ भाई हो गया काम तुम्हारा. When we get knowledge about it, we can deal with it. Otherwise, our faith, which is very fragile, is taken for a ride. And then we burn our heads. And then we don't want to do anything spiritual. Then we are losing our time. And so right from start, we should have clear understanding. That doesn't mean we disrespect someone. We respect them. That's their ability to accept things. We cannot go. Bhagavad Gita says, you should not disturb people. Where they are, let them be there, but you give them knowledge. If they want to grow, they grow. Otherwise, they remain where they are. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, don't disturb such people. Don't go to such people. Right? So that is the definition of God Almighty, whom we, how Krishna fits into that example. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this very, very nice shloka. We'll repeat this. Aham sarvasya prabhaho mata sarva pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitah. So this is part of Chatur Shloki Gita. There are 700 shlokas in Gita, but there are 4 shlokas in Gita which summarize this entire Gita. It's called Chatur Shloki Gita. 4 shlokas only. 10.8, 10.9, 10.11, 10.12. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11. No 12. So this is 10.8 where Krishna says what? Aham sarvasya prabho. Means I am the master of everything. No one will say that. No one will say I am God. बहुत बड़ा statement है. People make him God. Right? So many of them came, they didn't say that I am God. They said I am son of God. They said I am messenger of God. They didn't say I am God. Krishna is saying, oh yeah, I am God, I am Sarvasya Prabhu. Everything is coming from me. And who is intelligent will worship me. That's it. And he goes back. Right? Bhagavad Gita, if you have read, how many speakers are there in Bhagavad Gita? How many people speak in Bhagavad Gita? 4. Okay, some of their names? Sanjay speaks. Dhritarashtra speaks, Arjun speaks, Krishna speaks. Correct? Duryodhana also speaks, but that Sanjay speaks through Duryodhana. So these 4 or 5 speakers who are there, when their shloka comes, what is given in front of it? Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Sanjay Uvacha, Arjun Uvacha. When Krishna's come, they say Krishna Uvacha, Bhagavan Uvacha. Oh yeah, what are they saying? Bhagavad Gita किसने लिखा है? Who wrote Bhagavad Gita? Vyasa spoke. Bas. Okay? Simple. Sometimes it's so simple, na? We get lost into so many things. Right? We should not disrespect other things, but we should know what is knowledge. That's very important. So knowledge makes you very, very decisive. It helps you in taking decisions. What I should do. Krishna, Brahmaji says, Ishvara Param Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna is the cause of all causes. Right? So Krishna, when he comes in this form, sometimes we recognize him, sometimes we don't. So if Krishna is the Supreme Lord, 5 minutes here. If Krishna is the Supreme Lord, then what's about demigods, right? We have so many other devatas. How many devatas we have? Chinna? Sure? कैसे सुना है? 33 crore सुना है ना? ऐसा 33 कोटि ही रहता है बोलते. It's a fact. It's a fact. We have so many demigods who are in charge of so many departments. There's a demigod who is in charge of blinking our eyes. Can you imagine? This eye blinking, we are not doing by ourselves. There's a demigod. Only by his sanction we are able to blink our eyes. Can you imagine how great planner, whoever planned it, he put every person at every place, how perfectly this whole system is oiled and it's running. And we are not talking about our galaxy. There are so many billions and billions of galaxies. right? Some people who are in touch with the latest science, they say that those galaxies are moving apart and then they are coming close. Then they are moving apart, then they are coming close. That's the latest discovery, right? How it happens? Moving apart, going apart. Mahavishnu breathes. It goes inside and then it comes out. Then it breathes again, then it comes out. Right? Simple. We'll put that photograph over there. We have ordered it. A big photograph of whole Brahman, the whole how Mahavishnu is sleeping and how he's breathing all these things. Right? When we were in school, this was not discovered. They have discovered it now. So our children will be learning it. Correct? So if you see, this whole thing requires so many people to do. And all these demigods we have, they are doing their seva to the Lord perfectly. Right? So who is the demigod? Who is the god for the for electricity? It's just like the example is given. There is a CEO of a company, and there are so many other departments. There is a prime minister, and there are so many other portfolios, and everyone is doing the job in those portfolios, right? So who is the power minister? Power means sun. Surya Dev takes care of power. Vayu Dev takes care of wind. Then who takes care of Vidya? Saraswati. Who takes care of rains? Indra Dev, right? Who takes care of what now? Who takes care of what is it means? Mataji always remember Lakshmi. Right? Who takes care of wealth? Mother Lakshmi takes care of wealth, right? Who takes care of placement? Placement means कोणाक जॉब मेळटा ताका प्लेसमेंट म्हणटा प्लेसमेंट एजन्सी who takes care of placement कोण जितको शिकता पळय तितके ताका मागीर प्लेसमेंट मेळटा वो बाबा ग्रॅज्युएट वो 12वी वो 8वी वो 4थी वो फेल केन्ना स्कुलाकूच वचना पॉलिटिशियन जातलो प्लेसमेंट मेळटा सगळ्यांक इट्स अ फॅक्ट प्लेसमेंट करेक्ट ना यू स्टडी यू गेट प्लेसमेंट हू डज प्लेसमेंट मिनिस्ट्री Kuber is he's the treasurer, he keeps everything. Placement is done by Yamraj. Yamraj's job is, he comes, Yamraj doesn't come, Yamdutas come. They put the Yamapash, remove the soul out. I used to think sometimes when I was small, Yamraj and all is only confined to Hindus only. Yeah? If suddenly I change my religion, if Yamraj is coming, I become Muslim, I say Yamraj no entry, is it possible? I used to think, I was small, I used to think a lot of things like that. Why God are telling me God and all? My other people, they don't have all this Yamraj and all. Only we have Amkat Sagre. I used to think, but later I realized, no matter who you are, you come everywhere. तुम टोपी डालो या छोटी गाड़ी कुछ भी होने दो, सबको वही आता है. They come, they put the Yamapashas, they pull your soul out, and they take. And then there is someone who keeps all our account. What is his name? चित्रगुप्त. देखो सब पता है आपको. चित्रगुप्त. He keeps all the accounts, and then based on that, next body is already decided. What body we are going to get next is already decided by my karma today. Today is Ekadashi. What karmas I am doing today, tomorrow, last 10 years, coming 10 years, what I am going to do, my body is decided. Everything is there in our hands. We are the master of our own destiny. Krishna has no role to play. We should never go and blame him. Why I fell down and broke my hand. You broke your hand because you were driving fast. You applied the brake, you fell down, your bones were brittle, it cracked. What should I do, Baba? Everything is there. He is with the Murali, standing nicely over there. Why we should go and curse him? We have that habit. Anything wrong happens, he is the one. And everything is good, then the hero dances behind the trees. In the movies, na? That is what is shown. कुछ होता तो भगवान के पास भगवान तुमने ऐसा क्यों किया? And we also unconsciously do that. देवा आमचा बरोबर असे कित्याक केले? Why? God is nowhere to do. We are everything what we are going in life is based on our karma, based on the procedure of this world. Simple. God is very mercifully coming and telling us again and again, you come out of this place. I have something big for you. Don't stay here. And when we go to God to pray, we should pray for Him, for this. Get me out of this place. Rather than not, give me something more that I stay here only. We should pray to Him for that. We should thank Him. That is what we should pray. Then He becomes happy. Otherwise, we ask for something what will remain here only forever. Taking care of that. That's very, very important. So, all these demigods who are there, they are taking care of Lord's activities. And we should not disrespect them. They are very, very high. Like sun god. Who is the sun god? What's his name? Vivaswan is there in Bhagavad Gita. Vivaswan is the current. And all this God, all these demigods, it's a post. Like a PMO, Prime Minister Office, it's a post. Prime Minister is a post. Current Prime Minister is so and so. After some time, that Prime Minister will change. Similarly, demigods will change. It's there in Bhagavad Gita. Vivaswan is the current sun god. Current Indra is someone. Who is the next Indra? Bali Maharaj, whom Krishna had put down as Vaman Dev. So he is going to become the next Bali, next Indra after the term of this Indra gets over. You are understanding how deep our Shastras are? जब ये सब समझ में आता है ना, तो हमारे छोटे छोटे प्रॉब्लम्स और भी छोटे छोटे हो जाते हैं. नहीं तो हमारे छोटे प्रॉब्लम पहाड़ जैसा होता है. ओ गॉड, मेरा ये प्रॉब्लम है. When we understand all this, what is waiting for us, who we were in the past life, how we have come, इसके बाद क्या होगा? When we understand all this, we get clear intellect what I should be doing. Our priorities become very clear. Otherwise, we are like those small children only, tearing paper and putting in the bowl. It will become food and I will eat. It will never happen. That's why we should read. That's why we should read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, hear more and more Harikatha. And all this we have cleared in. Now I'm speaking for something what we have covered in 3 hours. All this is covered in very much detail in that course, Journey of Self-Discovery. What I will, if you want, I can share with you all again. And it is spoken by Gopal Prabhu. You can hear when you are driving, wherever you are cooking, so that you don't have to sit and hear. You just put it on, and all this what I have discussed, even in more detail, is explained over there. Right? So that is the position of Krishna with all the demigods, including Brahmaji. When there was a pastime of Krishna when Brahmaji stole the friends of Krishna, and then Brahmaji realized that Krishna is Lord, and then Brahmaji came to say sorry to Krishna. So you know what Krishna did? He called all Brahmajis of all the planets, and everyone came. And this our Brahmaji was like, of course, he's a worshipable Brahmaji, but our Brahmaji was baffled. He said, "My God, so many Brahmajis is there. I thought I'm the only one." And now Brahma has how many heads? 4, 4. एक पीछे रहता है वो दिखता नहीं. 4 heads. So those Brahmajis who came, they had 1,000 heads, 100 heads, millions of heads. They were like, our Brahmaji was, by God, is that much? No, see, they say na, क्या बोलते हैं? Reality can be much beyond our comprehension. Shastras are like that. What it is there to offer for us is magical, but it's not magic tricks. It's magical, right? So we have to put faith and take that leap of really praying to Krishna. Krishna, I want to understand you. Krishna, you please do what is right for me. Don't give me what I am asking. I might ask you for something which is very silly. Please give me what you feel is right for me. That is what should be our prayer, right? So that is the position of Krishna. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, right? And if and demigod, we have to worship. We have to respect all the demigods because they are millions and millions times higher than us. We are not even close to what they are, and they got those positions because they did so much seva to the Lord. Just like Bali Maharaj is going to become the next Indra, right? So it's very important that we should understand this differentiation. There's sometimes also a lot of discussion going on whether Vishnu is first or Krishna is first, right? When we were small, it was always told to us what? That Krishna came from Vishnu, right? That's correct in one way. But another thing, if you see the Shastric references and all other things, Krishna is the source of everything. And Lord Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna who takes care of maintenance of this world. The example is given like in the school. Suppose we are students sitting in the school and our teacher is teaching us. एक पीरियड हो गया, सेकंड पीरियड हो गया, थर्ड पीरियड में प्रिंसिपल आ गए क्लास में. तो हम ऐसा बोलेंगे क्या? अरे प्रिंसिपल देखो लेट आ गए, अभी आए हो. नहीं, प्रिंसिपल तो बहुत पहले आके अपने कैबिन में बैठ के पूरा चला रहे हैं, हमने नहीं देखा है. Similarly, Krishna is there. He is eternally enjoying. And Lord Vishnu is his expansion of expansion. He expands. Krishna first expands into 4 forms and then again 2 forms, then 4 forms. फिर उससे 3 विष्णु आते हैं. महाविष्णु, शिवदक्षाई विष्णु and गर्भदक्षाई विष्णु. All those things, all these three Vishnus take care of the material world. And Krishna is still there in the spiritual world. So what goal Krishna is giving, and what the topic of today's discussion of what is our goal, that also Krishna is speaking over here in the 10th chapter. Krishna is saying, attaining me is the topmost goal. The Sanskrit shloka is Mam eva uttamam gati. Gati means goal. Uttamam means topmost. Mam eva means attaining me is the topmost goal. 7th chapter, 18th shloka. So Krishna is not only giving us knowledge, but he is also telling us what should be the goal of our life. Now Krishna is saying over here, attaining me is the topmost goal. Now what do you mean by attaining Krishna? Right? Attaining means what? जाके वहाँ पे पकड़ लेगा कृष्णा को, go and merge into Krishna, become one with Krishna, become like Krishna and dance. I am Krishna, you are Gopi, let me dance. What is it? People have their own understanding of leaving this shloka, that my goal is attaining Krishna. Now, what is the meaning of my goal is attaining Krishna, and how we get this goal is what we are going to discuss in next Saturday. Right? So, what we will just quickly summarize what we discussed today. Again, all this what I discussed today is there in those 3 classes, what we had given to some of you all at the start when you all joined. Today or tomorrow I will share it in the group so that you can hear it nicely and you come prepared for the next class, which will be beyond those 4 classes. Next will be how we are going to attain Krishna. So, what we discussed today, can someone just tell any one point what all we discussed today? Difference between man and animal. That's the first thing we should know. We are not animals, we are humans. We are humans means responsibility. We are humans means something big is expected from us. Right? So, what is the difference between man and humans? Ability to think, ability to question, ability to rise above. Right? So, that's the difference between man and humans. Then we discuss about goals. Our goal is happiness. But the happiness of this world is, what are the 2 things of the happiness of this world? Sorry, but अभी से गुलाब जामुन खाएंगे तो आपको लगेगा वो 1 मिनट ही रहने वाला है या आधा मिनट 1 सेकंड. 2 things of this, 2 characteristics of the happiness of this world. What are the 2 characteristics? It is temporary or shashvatam, and potentially it will give us misery. Rather, there is one shloka in Gita where Krishna speaks exactly the same thing to Arjuna. Which is the shloka, Prabhuji? He says, don't be attached to this thing because it has a start and it has an end. Adi antavanteya konteya na teshu ramte buddha. Krishna बीच में बहुत Bhagavad Gita is full in knowledge. Every shloka of Gita, one shloka will turn your life. Which is that shloka is up to you. That's why you should read. Krishna says, anything which has a start in this material world, anything which has a start has an end, and when it ends will be miserable. तो जब पता है ना तो थोड़ा दुख कम होता है, नहीं तो इसलिए लोगों को हार्ट अटैक आता है. हार्ट अटैक आजकल बहुत कॉमन हो गया. क्यों? पता नहीं ऐसा होगा. शांत रहे होगा तो अटैक नहीं आएगा फिर. Go on with other things, right? So that is another thing. What else we discussed today? 7 problems. No, the 7 things are the I think 7 or 6 opulences we discussed. But before that, 7 problems. Yeah, you're right, Mataji. 7 problems. What are the real problems? 7 problems. You're right. Thank you for that. What are the real problems of life? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Sanskrit ho jao thoda bhi. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. These are the real problems of life. We should be working to reduce these real problems of life. What else we discuss? We work towards solution of those problems. And there is no solution of this problem. Krishna says, Dukkha Mashashvata. There is no solution because we are searching for that solution in wrong place. This world is Dukkha, यहाँ पे solution है ही नहीं भाई. So then you will say, so यहाँ पे नहीं तो कहाँ है? Krishna says, वैकुंठा, आ ब्रह्मा भुवनार लोका, ब्रह्मा से नीचे तक. तो इसके बाद बॉस ने थोड़ा कुछ बोला तो हमें बुरा नहीं लगना चाहिए. क्यों? ब्रह्मा जी को भी कोई सुनाता रहेगा आके. तो ब्रह्मा जी को सुनाते हैं तो हमको तो मेरा छोटा सा बॉस सुनेगा ही. सुनेगा उसको, हाँ सर आप जी करेक्ट है चलेगा. That is called Sthita Pragya. Sthita Pragya means you are equipoised. You are not very much elated in happiness and not you are sad in distress. Equipoised. That's very important. Krishna speaks on this Gita Pragya in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. More than 15 to 20 shlokas. He speaks only on Gita Pragya. How he talks, how he does, everything. You read that part. All the problems of the world because of someone else. अब यहाँ पे दुख रहा है तो स्थित प्रज्ञ नहीं हो सकता, फिर डॉक्टर माता जी के पास जाके कुछ करना पड़ेगा. But most of our problem is not because of physical thing. Most of the problems are because of mental. Most of it. कोई कुछ बोल देता है जानबूझ के अनजाने में, या हम सोचते हैं भी स्थित प्रज्ञ. 80% of the problems what we think or events what we think will never happen in our life. It is all in our mind. So Krishna speaks about how to become Sthita Prajna. Then we saw if we should not search things over here, we should be going to spiritual world. This world is called Kuntha. And the spiritual world is called Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha, वो स्मशान पे लिखते हैं ना, वैकुंठ द्वार बोल के, right? Because that's very important. We should think, because बाद में नहीं मिलता है once we leave our opportunity. Then we discussed the example of the child's play. Like we all were in the spiritual world with Krishna, but one point of time we had envy towards Krishna and said, why Krishna only you should be worshipped? Krishna said, if you want to be worshipped, I'll give you a separate world. He created this world for us, just like a prison is created for rehabilitation of the prisoner. So actually ये हमारा rehabilitation center है, but इस यहाँ पे आके हम और गुंडा हो जाते हैं. तो और गुंडा मैं आप लोग नहीं, मैं और गुंडा नहीं होना है, थोड़ा शांति से. इसलिए 3 मोड्स बताए जाते हैं: ignorance, passion and goodness. Slowly we have to rise to sattva, goodness, right? We should not go more towards ignorance, we should be going towards goodness. That is what we'll discuss next time. Then we said we have to go home back to Godhead. Then what is God? Then we saw the definition of God. Who is God? कोई भी ऐरा गहरा नट्टू गहरा आके बोल नहीं सकता मैं भगवान हूँ. तो उसको कोई ऐसा बोलेगा मैं भगवान हूँ, उसको नमस्कार करने का और चला जाएगा, भाई वेरी गुड, तू रह भगवान, मैं जाता हूँ. Right? Bhagwan has a definition. There are 6 opulences of Bhagwan. At the same time, we should be all knowable, all knowing, all controlling, omnipotent. Omnipotent means presence everywhere. And other thing is, his appearance should be mentioned in the Shastras. He should be showing Vishwa, Rudra, Ishwar, Virat and so many other things. That is Bhagwan. All these parameters have been put, and then Krishna is the Supreme Lord as per the scriptures. Scriptures का बात नहीं किया हमने यहाँ पे, that you can hear in that audio what we are going to send you. Why scriptures are important? Scriptures are word of God. कोई बोल सकता है ना, आप लोगों ने लिखा रहेगा कृष्णा भगवान इस scripture में, but these scriptures are not written by now. It has been prehistorically going on, and a lot of things of the scriptures have been proven slowly scientifically. Then we saw how Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna says it himself. Brahmaji speaks about it. We saw the example of Bhagavad Gita, how Bhagwan Vacha and other things also points towards the same thing. Then we saw the position of Devatas and the Lord. What is the difference between them? They are all serving the Lord, and we should be very respectful to them, very respectful to them. But we should know the position of the Supreme Lord, what it is. And then finally we also saw the difference between Lord Krishna and Vishnu. Whether Vishnu is from Krishna, Krishna is from Vishnu. It's Krishna who is eternally existing. Now, ये थोड़ा difficult है हमें समझने के लिए. How someone can be eternally existing? क्यों हमने हमेशा सोचा है ना 100 साल बाद खत्म, ये 50 साल, हमारे दिमाग में वही बैठा है कि एक लाइफ है. But how someone can be eternally existing? Infinity, Ramanujam. वो infinity, he is the one who is infinity. What is infinity? Infinity means खत्म ही नहीं होता है. The Lord is like that. He is existing eternally. And we all are also that. We all are spirit soul who are part of Lord, and we are Sat Chit Anand. This is our quality. That's why we don't like distress, because by nature we want to experience Ananda. Sat Chit, Chit means knowledge, Sat means eternal. That's why we don't want to die. We are fearful of death because that's not my quality. I am soul, my qualities are eternally there. But since I am in this body, I have to go through it. We are not saying this part also, who am I, we are soul. So that, because we don't have that much time, we are almost out of it. So all this, I really recommend all of you, a lot of you all are new, please go through those lectures so that you understand all these things properly. And that is nothing but the whole Bhagavad Gita is concise in those 5 chapters. 5 lectures, what we have. So the Uttam goal, and then we finally ended the class saying what is the goal. And goal is also given by Krishna in the 7th chapter, 18th shloka, where Krishna says, attaining me is the supreme goal. Now, how to attain Krishna? That is what we'll see in the next class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Very good.